The sights, the surroundings, and the sound all add up to an incredible drive.
There's a lot of golf balls sitting out there in a field behind me.
I just love learning about the game, and I love being a competitor, and I just love practicing. It's just something that's within me.
Lance Christensen Jr.'s passion, much like his makeshift backyard range, is unparalleled. And it began when Lance himself was pretty green.
So I started him swinging a club when he could walk, when he was like a year old.
Golf balls would go flying across the living room and going into the dining room. My mom always said I'd break all her coffee mugs from practicing putting on the carpet and stuff. I've been hard on dishes here and there, I think, but yeah.
Even with the occasional hazard, there's no doubt Lance's talent was brewing. But as he got older, indoor targets and outdoor obstacles couldn't provide a well-rounded game. He needed a place to play, a place to drive.
All right, let's go. The nearest golf course to me is 45 miles away in Gordon, Nebraska. The first 25 miles of that drive is dirt road. I'm not the person I am without this drive, and it teaches me a lot, and it's therapy for me too.
Lance and his family live on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation, where generations of poverty have trickled down to health and wellness issues that belie this majestic landscape. Lance considers himself fortunate, strengthened by supportive parents who fuel his drives and desires. But even he isn't immune to the struggles that have unfairly defined his home.
Once I started losing people to suicide and drugs and alcohol and car accidents and stuff like that, that's when it started to hit that, okay, we're not the same. We don't have the same opportunities. It's not the same as the outside world.
Yet even as Lance felt pain on the inside, his outside demeanor remained stoic, refusing to even consider an alternative reality.
For me, I couldn't leave my reservation because this is all I known.
He exclaimed that he could do it from here. Don't move me away. I could do it from here. I could do it from here. Don't move me away. It'll mean more when I do. Don't move me away.
I'm leaving the reservation for a little bit to go do what I love, but I'm always going to come back every day, you know what I mean?
After nearly an hour of rolling through dust and debris, Lance crosses the state line and rolls onto the green.
There's nobody else like him. Just, he knows what he wants, and he's going to do anything he has to do to get it.
Yeah, it's the greatest game ever invented. You get to go out every day, and you get to smell the fresh air and the grass. You get to hear the birds. You get to compete against people you'll probably never meet. You get to become a people person. How's it going, guys?
Even amidst the solitude of the game, Lance finds solidarity from his support system.
Oh, that's a good swing. Get your hands a little closer together, though.
And pays it forward.
Yeah. Take the club back a little bit slower, okay? You're kind of going like this and finishing through, and it's hard to get good contact. So, for both of you, when you're looking at the ball, look at a little dimple behind the ball, all right? And that's how you got to really focus on that, because that's how you're going to get to a point where you can really hit down on the ball.
Thank you.
All right, I see a couple more. Yeah, you're welcome.
He's put on junior clinics out here and sponsored a junior tournament out here. He ain't getting paid to do it. He's just trying to show these kids that they can do anything they want.
I always remember when I was younger, seeing all the high school kids, and to me they were Superman and Superwoman, you know? I wanted to be like them.
Lance's instruction extends beyond the golf course. With hours of counseling training, he acts as a peer mentor to both kids and adults, trying to provide some light.
Don't forget about that practice green too.
To those seemingly stuck in the dark.
And I always wanted to show people that there's more. Even at a young age, I don't know what it was, but I just always knew, because that was instilled within me.
He cares about people. I think that helps him a lot. I think that He wants to work at it and see how good he can be at everything that he does.
Self-determination paid off in the fall of 2019 when Lance pulled away late to win the South Dakota Class A state tournament. It's a victory that provided both validation and vindication.
And I remember looking down at my patch on my shirt. I had an Oglala Lakota patch on there. I just remember looking down and remember all the people I've lost, all the people that I've lost to suicide and drugs and alcohol, and all the people back home that are struggling. I thought about them all day, and I think that the people I've lost carried me through that, you know.
The road Lance travels from here on out doesn't quite have a final destination. His state title qualified him for a national invitational this past August at one of the country's most prestigious courses, Pinehurst in North Carolina. But now, his focus is on Pine Ridge, on being a mentor, on helping those less fortunate, and continuing to improve in all facets of his life.
Don't be afraid to be an inspiration. There's so many opportunities out there, and there's so much talent and potential to be an inspiration and be a role model and be as great as you can be.
Like any approach on the course, the drive gets things started. But in order to finish, Lance has to remain driven.
Sometimes it gets hard. I think about it and I'm like, why am I doing this? You know, like, why I could have moved a long time ago. I could have bailed out. Why did I choose golf? You know, I don't even got a golf course. I think about that all the time. But then at the same time I'm doing it, I'm like, come on, like, I'm not the same person I am if I'm not doing this. You know, I'm not the same Lance. I'm not the same driven person. Don't have the same accomplishments. I don't have all these things without this drive. You know, I'm not the person I am without this drive.